halfway. Yep.
Let's go,
Come on,
Jack.
Come on.
Come on, Jack.
Let's go.
Yep. Oh, that's so easy. Come on.
Up. Hey, let's go one more. Last one. Easy money.
My name is Sonia Smith. I'm from Maryland, and I'm a fifth year.
My name is Paige Greenberg. I'm a sophomore, and I'm from Washington, D.C.
My name is Trinity Massenberg. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm a freshman, incoming freshman.
My name is Jasmine Doster. I'm a fifth-year graduate student, and I'm from Norfolk, Virginia.
I'm Kennedy, year 2027 freshman, and I'm from Hampton, Virginia.
My name is Carmen Williams. I'm a junior, and I'm from New Jersey.
I'm Amy Aha, and I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Jada. I'm a sophomore, and I'm from Virginia.
My name is Brianna Hill. I'm from Chicago area, and I'm year 2027.
My name is Nalani Kasia. I'm a fifth year, and where? Oh, I'm from DC.
My name is Zahira, and I'm from Washington State, and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Nathan Mitchell. I'm from Baltimore, and I'm a second year.
Faith Corey. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm a freshman, so class of 2027.
My name is Faith Brown. My position is strength and conditioning coach, working with women's basketball, women's volleyball, and I'm from Hampton, Virginia.
What is your name?
I'm Taylor Jamison.
What year are you?
I'm a senior.
And where are you from?
I'm from Wichita, Kansas.
Okay. What would you change about summer training if you would change anything?
If I had to change anything, I'd make it so that all the lifts and workouts happen between like 9 and 1:30, so that we have extra time to sleep.
And how has summer training affected you mentally, physically, and/or in both ways?
Weightlifting has affected me physically. I've gotten a lot stronger. I came in as a freshman pretty strong, but just my ability to move at a faster pace with a lot of strength when taking contact on the court has helped me tremendously. And then mentally, it's just helped prepare me for the mental lapses that I'll face on the court. So just pushing through fatigue and stuff like that.
And what do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
Something I want people to know about being a college athlete is, though it seems like we get a lot and we have a lot of advantages, it's actually a very, very hard task. It's a lot of responsibility, and with privilege comes responsibility. So it's very difficult and stressful, and it takes a lot of time management and maturity.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
I guess I would say not much actually. I love Coach Faye's training, but I wish we did clean from the floor. We clean from above our knee area, but I wish it was a full body clean from the floor.
How has summer training affected you physically, mentally, and/or in both ways?
Physically, I've made a lot of gains. I've lost weight, but gained some also in muscle. I've gained some muscle. Mentally, it's been great. I feel like it builds my mental because it's very tough and you got to work through it every day. So it's been great. It's also tiring as well physically, but it's all about gains.
What would you want people to know about being a college athlete?
It takes dedication and a lot of commitment and discipline. Those are the two biggest things I would say. So as long as you can commit to knowing you want to be successful in what you're doing, and you have a lot of discipline to do it correctly according to your coaches and your goals, then you'll be fine.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
Honestly, I don't think I would change anything. I feel like the routine's been good.
How has summer training affected you mentally, physically, and/or in both ways?
Physically, I definitely got stronger and in much better shape. Mentally, I would say just built like my mental toughness and knowing that like your body can do a lot more than you think it can. Like when conditioning, you can go more. Like you're not as tired as you think you are.
What do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
I would say it's definitely hard. Like it's not all like the highlights that you see, but it's also like it's just a lot of fun being with your teammates and coaches and having that structure and family, and I would suggest it.
What would you change about the summer training if you would change anything?
Personally, I wouldn't change nothing because compared to my high school years, it was mostly conditioning, not as much like weight training or anything. So I was kind of used to the conditioning and all that, but like the weight training like challenged me, but I overcame that in the end. Because for example, with the bench press, I wasn't able to do the 25s at first, but now I'm able to push through that. So I accomplished a few things.
How has summer training affected you physically, mentally, and/or in both ways?
Mentally, it was challenging at first because the early mornings, most times it was at 7:30, most times like 6 something in the morning. So I had to be able to like get kind of consistent with that and used to it. And physically, it helped a lot. I know I've gotten stronger and also mentally stronger also.
And what would you want people to know about being a college athlete?
It's not easy at all. It's a lot of your time is being used up most of the day. You would think you're working like 12-hour shifts or something every day, but it's also a good thing. It's a lot. You meet new people, like you build a sisterhood with your team, and you just get a good feel of everything. Like I don't know, it just makes you feel good. Something like that.
If you could change anything about training, what would it be?
I wouldn't change anything. I just wish we lifted more throughout the season.
How has summer training affected you physically, mentally, and/or in both ways?
Being a fifth year, when I was a freshman and sophomore, I took a lot of things for granted because it makes doing a lot of physical activity at such a volume is easier when you're younger. So I definitely took that for granted. And mentally, everything now is a lot of mind over matter because your body tells you that you're tired because of how like much you've gone through and your experience. But 9 times out of 10, you can just put that mental lock on and get through it.
What do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
Time management and finding your peace. With time management, no one's going to plan out your schedule for you. People might tell you need to be here, here, and here, but it's up to you to plan out your day. Finding your peace. We do a lot of stuff. We hang out with the same people. There's a lot of pressure and physical demand that this job requires. So my mom taught me to find your chair. So whatever makes you relax or helps you rejuvenate your mind, because if you don't relax and you don't take a step back just for yourself, then you're going to burn out and you're not going to be able to do anything school-wise or basketball, and everything's just going to be too much.
Two. Go.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
I probably wouldn't really change nothing because everything is pretty much crazy, but probably more lifting and conditioning. Yeah.
How has summer training affected you mentally, physically, and/or in both ways?
Mentally, of course it's tough, of course it's draining, but physically it got me better, so I'm happy with the results.
What do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
That if you're willing to be a college athlete, you got to sacrifice a lot. You know, you won't be with your family as much, and you know, you're breaking down your body every single day, but it's all for a good outcome at the end of the day.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
I would change the time that we do it. I'm not a morning person, but I know that, you know, college basketball, that's how it goes. But there's a lot of days that I woke up very angry and I was like, it's 6 a.m. And I feel like my best is like later in the day. I feel like that's just when I'm better, my body's more up. So if I had to change something, I would probably change that. I was also in the first group, so we came like earlier than the second group, so I would definitely have wanted to be in the second group. But at the end of the day, we got better, so it's fine.
How has summer training affected you mentally, physically, and/or in both ways?
What's up physically? It's probably the best shape I've been in my college career. Definitely more conditioning here than my old school, so that has you know, really pushed me. I feel like I've improved significantly throughout it. I was someone that was consistently always doing the conditioning. I wasn't really injured much this whole summer, so you know, having to mentally prepare every morning knowing that I'm going to do conditioning, the mental part was definitely harder than the physical, because I feel like we're here and we can all make the conditioning. It's a lot to think about mentally. Mentally you're not sure, but physically I feel like we're in the good enough shape to do it. Mentally I was very angry every morning. Like, I didn't really talk to anyone. You can kind of ask around. Like, it was a lot to like go through mentally, but I was happy once it was over, and I feel like every athlete could say that. Like, mentally it's just a challenge, but once you do it, you feel good.
And what do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
It's really not as easy as you think. It's really not. It's actually some of the hardest times of my life. I'm not sure, I haven't lived my whole life yet, but right now I feel like if you're not here in this environment, it's very easy to judge and to think like, you know, they're just having fun, it's all fun, but behind the cameras, like, we're really putting in the work right here. Like, we're here at 6 a.m. every day, like, mentally preparing to do court sprints, whatever workouts, and I feel like a lot of people need to take that into account, that we're really
Change anything about summer training, what would it be?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't change anything. If it was to change anything, I feel like it would make it like less challenging and stuff. So everything we currently have really pushes us both mentally and physically. So, and it covers all aspects: upper body, lower body, conditioning, agility, and all that stuff. So I think what we have is really good.
How has summer training affected you mentally, physically, and/or in both ways?
Physically, it definitely pushes you. You find new maxes that you didn't have, whether it's in running or lifting. You find how well or how far you can push your body physically, and then mentally it also pushes you as well, like getting up at 6 a.m. every morning, doing that extra running, pushing through that extra rep, like, yeah, it definitely pushes you physically, but it definitely also pushes you mentally as well.
And what do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
Definitely once you sign with a college, that's when the work starts. Like, you do all this work to, you know, get recruited by a college and all that stuff, but the work really starts when you get there. You're pushed to new lengths, do, you know, drills you wouldn't normally do by yourself. So I just say, you know, when you get here, be ready to work real hard.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
Honestly, nothing. Like, I feel like it's probably the best shape I've been in a while. I guess the time it starts because it's really early, but other than that, nothing.
How has summer training affected you mentally, physically, and/or in both ways?
As far as mentally, I would say like the mental toughness part of it. Like, you just have to wake up with a certain mindset, like every day, just coming motivated. And then physically, just like getting more toned. Of course, getting stronger and faster, like for the season to come. But yeah, definitely just like the toughness part on the mental and then the physical side. So.
And what do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
Just that it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and just that it's something that you really have to like love to do. Because, you know, if you don't, then it's just gonna be miserable. So definitely just, I guess, take the time to figure out like what you really want to do, and if this is like the path that you really want to go. So yeah.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
I didn't even like condition for real, but the conditioning part, I was like winded on the bike myself, so conditioning.
How has summer training affected you physically, mentally, and/or in both ways?
It definitely affects you like both ways. I would say physically, like I feel strong, but mentally it's just like waking up early every single day and like we gotta put this work in. Even when you don't feel like it, it's like that grind to keep going. So.
And what do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
It's worth it. Like when I look back down the years, like AU, those hard games, it's like getting chewed out by the coach, those hard practices, it's worth it. Like right now, I can definitely say it's worth it.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
Probably having to wake up early. Definitely having to wake up early. Outside of that, I love summer training.
How has summer training affected you physically, mentally, and/or in both ways?
So physically, it just gives me an idea of where I need to be by the time season starts. Even though it's summer, we have a few months until the season starts. It gives me a good marker to know what it takes for me to be in shape and where I need to be when I come back from break. And then mentally, it really just prepares you. Right now, all we have to really focus on is basketball because summer school, we take 1 or 2 classes, but it's not really a lot. But it just gets me mentally prepared for what's in store for the year.
And what do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
It is a grind. It is definitely a grind. Like, there are a lot of fun times for sure, but there are a lot of hard times where you have to make tough decisions. You do things you don't really want to do, but overall you're gonna grow throughout all of it, and it's definitely worth it.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
I would probably change like the times of everything. I feel like everything should be like a little bit closer and probably not as early.
How has summer training affected you mentally, physically, and/or in both ways?
Physically, I feel like I've gotten stronger over the summer. Mentally, I feel like it helps me grow, just staying locked in no matter what, and just getting through the trainings and all that.
And what do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
It's harder than it looks. I feel like you can never be really prepared, like especially for your first year. So it takes a lot of adjusting and being focused.
How did you feel about summer training?
I thought it went good. yeah, I think that from where we started at to where we are now, I think we had a lot of improvements with conditioning, building a lot of confidence in the athletes, and I think body composition got a lot better for the girls. So I think overall we got in better shape. We only have 8 weeks, so there's only so much you can get done in 8 weeks. But I feel like for the main things we wanted to improve on, I feel like we achieved that.
And what do you want people to know about being like a strength and conditioning coach?
I mean, it's a really fun job, but it is also a lot of hard work, especially working at the collegiate level, just working with, kids who, it's their first time away from home. It's a big transition coming from high school or club sports into college, and then just try to juggle everything else that they have going on, their classes, their travel schedule. I travel with basketball, so that's something else that I have to juggle. Just kind of working with the coaches on improving things they want to improve, making sure they get better on the court. So I mean, it's a lot of different things to juggle. So I would say it's a lot of hard work, but I mean, it's really fun.
And what would you change about summer training?
Only thing I would have changed about summer training is if we had a weight room right off from the court. I would have liked to lift the girls and then we go right into practice versus making them get up extra early to come over to our other facility and then, lift them in 2 groups and then have a little bit of downtime and then go over to practice. I just feel like things run a lot smoother and their day is condensed into a shorter period of time where we're able to get more done in a shorter period of time, and it allows them to sleep in. So with our practice time being at, usually like 10:45, having them lift all together from 8 to 9, they can get food, they can see the athletic trainer, and then we're on the court at 10:45 versus having them be here at 7 a.m. So I think that would have, sleep is just so important to their recovery. So I think with all the training that we're doing, giving them more time to sleep would have benefited us with their performance. So that's the only thing that I would change.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
I wouldn't change anything. I like how it has helped me grow as a person, mentally and physically, so I wouldn't change anything.
How has summer training affected you physically, mentally, and or in both ways?
It has helped me to face situations head on and push through regardless of whatever it may be, and it's helped me get stronger, and yeah.
And what do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
It's really great. It teaches you about prioritizing and time management. I feel like it's really going to help you in the real world with different jobs and stuff like that. Yeah.
If you could change anything about summer training, what would it be?
If I could change anything about summer training, I would do something other than the bike for my conditioning while my teammates are running. So, yeah.
How has summer training affected you physically, mentally, and or in both ways?
Summer training has just taught me that I have way more than I think I do, especially coming in early. As a freshman, you probably think that you can't do it or like it's gonna be a lot, but it's mental training for your brain and it just helps you overall in other aspects like work or schoolwork or just procrastination-wise. It just builds your mentality to just keep going.
And what do you want people to know about being a college athlete?
Being a college athlete is as hard as people make it seem. If you're an incoming freshman, it's not easy. No matter who tries to cushion or help you, it's still up to you to get the most out of your college life. College athletes work really hard, so I just wish people would show a lot more appreciation, especially on the women's side, but it's all good. We're still coming up, so.
There you go.
Here you go, Taylor.
I need y'all hands ready, hands ready, hands ready. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Would you like me to?